Like I mentioned in my previous episodes, it's so important to have a passion for what you do and gain that sense of fulfillment from it. There's a lot of people out there who just go into work, come back from work, there's no passion for the job. And I'm very lucky that I'm in a position where I have passion for what I'm doing. Every week I'm working towards something that I'm proud of. I have a sense of achievement about my work. I have a sense of passion with my work. And I'm super happy at the moment because I really think I found my calling with radio. I really want to work in this area. I find myself wanting to improve on things, improve my skills, and work towards something I'm proud of. Like I said, there was a time there that I was really aimless with my career. I have my postgraduate degree in social care. I have my honours degree done, 4.5 years, 5 years of college, and I was aimless. I had a stint of work in social care, but I wasn't passionate about the job. I was kind of always looking over my shoulder to see if someone was going to find out that I wasn't fit for the job. And whenever I would go look at applying for jobs, there wasn't anything really behind me pushing me to send in CVs. I wasn't that bothered about it, and it was at that time that I thought, really, something's wrong. I need to reevaluate my career. But at the same time, even though I wanted to reevaluate things and I wanted to maybe take a step out of social care and look at other options, there was a part of me that was guilting myself. Listen, you've done 4 years of college, you've paid to get a degree in this area, don't leave it. And maybe some people have gone through the same feeling, I don't know, but for me personally, I was guilting myself to stay in the area of social care because I've given so much time to it. But at the end of the day, I really do believe this. If we don't go after what we're passionate for, we will regret it later in life. And I know it's an old cliche, we have one life to live, but it's fucking true. So if you're not working on something you're passionate for, just go for it. It's very true that we are the only ones that can give ourselves permission to be happy. We have to actually let ourselves pursue what we want, what we're passionate about. Because sometimes in our mind, it doesn't seem logical. Oh, I love this area, but I have a job here. I can't pursue that area. I can't be serious about it because I have to abandon all this. Eventually, like I said, you'll regret not pursuing what you're passionate for, whether it's 10 years from now or 20 years from now. It'll come back to bite you in the ass some way. So like I said, if you have a passion and you're not pursuing it, just go for it. You can always make it your hobby for the time being until you're ready to pursue it as a career, until you've built your skills up, built up your connections, because let's face it, connections in this country for jobs is everything. It's about who you know sometimes, not what you know, which is pretty shitty, but that's the way it is in this country sometimes. Build up your connections, build up your skills until you're confident enough to pursue it as a career, and that will give you the security you need in the meantime to keep your other job that you're in or something like that. If you have a job that you're not passionate about, keep that job. Pursue your passion as a hobby on the sideline until you're ready to make it into a career. I know for me, I was very afraid of changing career paths. I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to start that. I actually had to go to career guidance counselling, and I did a few sessions over Zoom with a career guidance counsellor. I think it was Lee Newa Careers. But I had to go to a career guidance counsellor because I had no idea where to go to next. I was terrible at that. But that guidance counselling gave me a structure, gave me a plan. And if you are like me and you don't know where you want to start, you don't know where you want to go to next, you don't have a solid plan in mind, maybe it might be worthwhile looking at career guidance counselling, because a lot of people, it takes them years to find out what they really want to do in life, what they want as a career. And I think for a lot of us growing up, we take on the expectations and the opinions of our parents growing up, and we make our decisions based on that. So we don't make our decisions for college and for our courses based on what we want. It's what our parents want for us. And sometimes we can grow resentful of our parents for that. But at the end of the day, it's up to us to kind of grab life by the horns and say, this is what we want to do. Again, the other side to that is, how at 18 years old are we supposed to know what we want to do for the rest of our lives? It's damn near impossible. We haven't travelled, we haven't experienced the world that much, we haven't sustained a long-term job for that long. So how are we supposed to know what we want to study for the next 4 years? How are we supposed to know where we want to work for the next 10 years? We don't. I think a lot of times teenagers grow up thinking, okay, I need to stick to this plan. I need to go to college for 4 years. I need to get a job right after. But sometimes that doesn't go to plan, and then you feel shitty about yourself. You feel really bad because you're like, oh, I'm not sticking to the plan. But that's a perfect plan in your mind, and you're guilting yourself because you can't stick to a perfect plan. No one can stick to a perfect plan. And even if you stuck to that plan, would you be happy? Who's to say? But I think growing up, we really guilt ourselves for not sticking to a so-called plan for our careers, for our college, when the only plan we should really have is find something we love, do it, and be happy. That's the only plan we should have, and that's the plan that should be promoted to us by our parents. But it's not, because obviously parents are looking at all different angles, but the main angle is they want to make sure that we're looked after and that we can look after ourselves. So they often promote to us, get a job that's stable, that pays well. To get a job that's stable and pays well, you have to get into a course and make sure you learn as much about that as possible. Get a good result in your college course, get a 2-1 or a 1-1, get a good degree, and make sure that you get out there and get that job. You know, like I said, a lot of people spend the majority of their 20s trying to figure out what they want to do with their life, and that's totally normal as well. Sometimes you need to go and travel the world to realize, okay, I want to live abroad and I want to work abroad. There's plenty of friends I know who have traveled and who have often gone away for work and stayed away for work because they realize the world is so much bigger than their village or than their town, you know? So a lot of people do that. A lot of people travel and come back. A lot of people take a gap year. You know, there is no conventional route to your career anymore, and there shouldn't be, because when there's a conventional route, when there's loads of people telling you need to do it this way, when you can't do it that way, you feel shitty about yourself. You feel crappy, and you often think, what's wrong with me? Why can't I stick to the plan? So I know there's a bit of a ramble, but it's really how I feel about it. So like I said, if you have a passion that you're really passionate about, whether it's radio, plumbing, engineering, architecture, sports, whatever, just go for it. Hi guys, hope you all enjoyed this short highlight clip. If you did and you want to check out my full episodes, you can always check out my podcast Finding Yourself up on Anchor FM and Spotify. The links are available in the description. Thanks for listening.